President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved a salary increment for members of Nigeria's armed forces. Bello Matawalle, Minister of State for Defense, disclosed this on Friday in a statement by the ministry's spokesperson, Henshaw Ogubike. The government also approved the payment of 3 months' salary arrears. Additionally, he has released funds to clear outstanding pensions and entitlements owed to retired military personnel. The minister confirmed the alerts for the 3-month salary increase have begun reaching military personnel, signaling a significant moral boost for the armed forces. He lauded Tinubu's unwavering commitment to both serving and retired members of the military, emphasizing that addressing pension arrears for retirees remains a priority despite initial setbacks. Be rest assured that the president will do everything within its power to uplift our military forces as they confront the challenges of insecurity, he stated. Well, I would like to get your thoughts on this move by the president right now, approving salary increment for our military personnel. We've heard complaints from them several times that their salary is far low compared to what the service they offer to Nigeria. And here is the president, acceding to their request and also, approving the increment of the salary. I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
Well, I don't know if it also has to do with the 70.
The minimum wage, of course not.
Or whatever. So this salary increase, maybe I need more information on that, what it's really about. Otherwise, across the country, with the increment in increase in the minimum wage, every other worker in the country ought to see a raise, a pay raise. And
not just the military.
And not just the military.
Okay.
What I don't really get about Nigeria, and that bothers me sometimes, is that we have run our affairs to the extent that even when government do what government officials ought to do. Their primary duties. You find a reason for somebody to begin to say raise unnecessary adulations, and then they want to give them credit for what I don't know. If you're going to pay pensioners, in the first place, I do not know. I hope we'll get to a point in this country, and very fast too, where certain things will have to go seamlessly. People should have their salary. We're talking about 3 months salary arrears. For crying out loud, how? So how have these people been faring? And these are people you have given guns, and their lives are on the line every day. And they're on the roads, and at all manner of places. And they are armed. And you expect them to do that on empty stomach? You can imagine. You can sometimes understand why Nigerians feel that sometimes they are under siege, even from the same government that had sworn or they put in place to protect their lives and property. Because an armed man and a hungry man, armed man, what do you expect? So many things can happen. We see these things on the streets every day. The police, and here we're talking about the military. You would hold your salaries for 3 months, and when you now manage and whatever it is, you're going to clear it. The minister is sounding as if one president has been magnanimous, or he has done something, one favor. I just don't understand it. Sometimes it's really disturbing. Sometimes you are then asking yourself, could it be deliberate that these people held it for this long, so that he will now do something and it will now be said to it as a heroic feat, and then we will get some applause and they make political gains out of it? I don't think it ought to be. These are things that normally just go seamlessly, or people don't need to even think about it, because systems are in place that will just run on their own. We hear of government and even legislators sometimes get into a logjam in other countries, and ordinary citizens don't even get to feel it, as it were. Yes, certain sectors will suffer, but things that ought to do with the recurrent things that have to make the country run as a country, don't get to get a hiccup anywhere. So, but here we are. We're talking about salary of military personnel, for crying out loud. And then those who have given all their lives to the country, the pensioners. Wow, it's terrible. You can't believe it that sometimes people, when you hear of pensions, even in these very terrible times, that somebody who has lived all his life working for the country and at the end of the day, now old and frail, is receiving probably maybe 5,000, sometimes 3,000 as pensions. It's just inhuman, and I'm not sure that is good for a country. So what are you telling these ones that are serving? What will they do? You give them a reason to just behave anyhow, and that's why corruption will. It will be so difficult to fight corruption at so level, because those who are on seat are looking at what has their forebears, what has happened to them, and you're asking yourself, for crying out loud, is this what awaits me? And if I have the opportunity now to, why not? Because tomorrow is not certain.
All right.